Okay, so here's Chapter 2. Chapter 2. What? Mom stared at Dad. He didn't look back at her. Yep, he said to Charles. It's a puppy, a golden retriever. She's only about 10 weeks old. I don't think she's hurt, but she's a pretty scared little girl. The puppy peeked out of this new place. She wanted to explore and run and sniff and taste, but first, was it safe? She had to know. Carefully, Charles moved closer. Very slowly, he put his hand up near the puppy's nose so she can sniff him. Oh, she's beautiful, he whispered. Doggy! Yelled the Bean. The puppy flinched at the loud noise. It's okay, Charles told her softly. You're safe. Paul, Mom began. Charles could tell by his mom's voice that his dad had not told her about the puppy. I know, Betsy, the dad said, holding up his hand. I should have asked first, but she's such a little thing, and she's been through so much. He pulled up out a chair and sat down. The puppy peered from the jacket with big, frightened eyes. Lizzie was staring at the little dog. She's the cutest thing I ever saw, she said finally. We're keeping her, right? The grown-ups looked at each other. Look, said Dad, this little pup is going to need a new home. The people who owned the house in that barn that just burned down aren't going to be able to keep Goldie. They asked me to take her until we can find her a good home. Oh, a foster puppy, Lizzie said. Before they had adopted the Bean, the Petersons had taken care of a couple of foster children, kids who needed a safe, temporary home. We'll take care of her, said Charles. We'll feed her and walk her and brush her and teach her manners and show her tricks and clean after her when she makes mistakes. And Charles, Mom said, we'll make sure she's happy and safe forever and ever, Charles finished. Charles, Mom said again. Hold up there, bucko. She folded her arms against her chest and leaned against the refrigerator. But Charles couldn't stand it. Please, he begged. Please. Your father and I will need to talk this over, Mom said. It's a big decision. Just then the back door swung open and Sammy came strolling in. Knock, knock, he said. Who's there? Charles asked automatically. Kayak, Sammy said as he picked up a plate and helped himself to the last piece of French toast in the skillet. Charles' best friend came next door for a second breakfast at the Petersons nearly every early morning. Kayak who? Charles asked. Kayak you a question? Sammy said. Both boys cracked up. Mom rolled her eyes. Have some breakfast, Sammy, she said. Thanks, Sammy said cheerfully. He pulled down the chair next to Charles, sat down, and reached for the syrup. When he glanced at Mr. Peterson and almost dropped the syrup. Whoa, he said. A puppy! Her name is Goldie, Charles reported. Her name, we might be able to get to keep her. I bet Rufus looked just like that when he was a puppy, said Sammy. Of course, that was before I was born, so I don't remember. Sammy's dog was a golden retriever, too. Rufus has been around as long as Charles can remember. He was a big, beautiful, strong dog with a beautiful reddish gold coat and a sweet face. Golden retrievers are one of the most popular breeds in America, Lizzie said. They're also one of the most intelligent, loyal, and athletic, she said, quoting from her Dog Breeds of the World poster. Lizzie knew every fact about every dog, from Airedales to Yorkies. Rufus isn't so athletic anymore, Sammy said. He just lies there looking sad most of the time. He used to like to run and play ball, and now he's boring. Dogs slow down when they get older, Charles' dad said. Rufus isn't that old, Sammy poured some syrup, more syrup on his plate. Maybe he's bored, Lizzie said. Have you tried getting him some new toys? Sammy nodded. I saved all my allowance for 2 whole weeks so I could buy him this cool flying saucer. He barely looked at it. Maybe he's tired, Lizzie suggested. Maybe he needs some doggy vitamins. Sammy shook his head. We tried that before. I even tried putting coffee in his water bowl. Nothing perks him up, right, Charles? What? Charles wasn't listening. He was just looking at Goldie, and she was looking back at him. He reached out again and gently scratched her between her soft little ears. The puppy liked that. She decided that this new place was a good place, a safe place. So it was time to explore.